Just be mindful of that. Are you trying to tap into your divine feminine power? Which, let me touch on that. So Yeye also is the head of the divine feminine. She is the mother energy. So she's the head of the divine feminine. What is the divine feminine? The divine feminine is something that all of us carry regardless of gender. But it's just about what aspect of it you tap into and how much of it dwells or embodies your being, right? So the divine feminine is the godly feminine energy that we have, right? It's that godly sexuality, that godly nurturing energy, that godly love energy. All of that, is the divine feminine energy. Oftentimes the divine feminine energy is associated with intuition. So, that our spirit of discernment, when we are seeking to enhance our spirit of discernment, that is what you will go to Yeye for. When you want to understand more and be able to see more and be able to feel better. Sometimes, a lot of people, my granddad used to say, you can't see your head from your ass. A lot of people can't discern what's right and what's wrong. They can't discern energy. They can't discern truth from a lie, and you can see that by the people that they allow into their lives, but you can also see that by how they show up, mainly because they reflect that. People who struggle with lying, either to themselves or to other people who struggle with not with insecure, a lot of feminine insecurities, a lot of insecurities about how they look, about their beauty, about how they show up in the world. All of that is showing a blockage in the divine feminine, okay? All of that is showing a blockage in the divine feminine. That is when you have to go through your Yeye work, because that means that you have a gap in your spirit of discernment. You have a gap in your intuition. Because if you are truly tapped into your intuition, not only will you be able to discern others, but mainly you'll be able to discern yourself. And because you have discerned yourself, you can then discern others. And discernment is not overthinking or over assuming and always looking at people with the side eye, like, what they about? No, discerning is before they even speak, Before somebody says something, you just know. Before, when an opportunity shows up, you just know. It's that feeling of just knowing. It's that deep, deep, deep intuition. That is what your spirit of discernment is. And your divine feminine energy is the one that you tap into when you want to enhance and increase your spirit of discernment. When you want to tap deeper into your spirit of discernment, that is all divine feminine, and divine feminine is Yeye energy. That is the Yeye aspect of yourself. So when it comes to the Orishas, we all have aspects of the Orishas within us. We all have aspects of the Orishas within us. And your sacral chakra, that intuition, that quote unquote gut feeling, that all comes from that sacral area, okay? So once again, also think about that with the blockage of creativity, right? When you have that creativity, which also is associated with that sacral area, your spirit of discernment, intuition, and creativity all align. It all comes from the same space. So if there is a blockage there, once again, your spirit of discernment will be blocked, your intuition will be blocked, and your creativity will be blocked in that sacral chakra area. That is when you need to go to your altar. And you need to call on Yeye with the intention of enhancing connecting deeper with your divine femininity, enhancing a specific aspect of yourself, enhancing your spirit of discernment, enhancing your creativity. You will go to her for healing. If you are feeling like you are not connected to your children or connected to your family, if you're having family issues or things like that, that's a blockage in the nurturing aspect. So you want to be intentional about, Yeye, I just need to feel nurtured. If you're not feeling nurtured in a relationship, I just need some nurturing. I need some loving. Or I desire to be more nurturing. I desire to be more loving. That is when you will be intentional about calling on her for that nurturing energy, okay? So just be mindful of, once again, when you go to your altar, and why you go to your altar. Now, the last thing that I'll speak on is, as I just said, when I talked about the chakras, right? I just said that we all have various aspects of each Orisha that dwells within us. with that being stated, I want to talk about identifying your head, right? So I get a lot of questions of people who want to know who is their head, what is their head, who is their head, how do I can I get a reading for my head? I think my head is this. Or, some people who have been practicing spirituality or been studying African spirituality for a while, they'll often be like, I know who my head is. My head is this one. Or I went to this place and I got a reading and they said that my head was this. And I'm like, okay, all right. But I see something else. And a lot of times people will get a wrong reading, or people will read themselves wrong and associate with the wrong head. And the most common mistakes that people make is thinking that their head is Oshun or Yemoja. Especially with women, okay? That is a very common mistake that people will make. And the reason that is because women, most women, I'm not going to say all women, most women are natural nurturers. We are naturally more feminine than our male counterparts most times, not all the time, but most times. Also the sensuality, the sexuality, the giving, the nurturing, the caring for, the healing, all of that. Those are female attributes. And because Yeye is the mother Orisha, when you first start your spiritual journey, you will feel that nurturing energy. Because when you first start your spiritual journey, when you first started, you ain't reached that rough patch yet when you gonna get tested in your journey, okay? So right now, you just taking in a lot of information and you just feel so fed and so full and so nurtured. Right? You're nurtured by your spiritual journey. So a lot of us will feel like we are consumed by that yay energy. So a lot of times, some of us will read ourselves and say, oh, my head is Yemoja. My head is Yemoja. I just know it. I know my head is Yemoja. I know it. And then you go get a reading, or sometimes you don't even read yourself. Sometimes you just go get a reading and the reader will tell you, your head is Yemoja. Your head is Yemoja. Yes, it is. Your head is Yemoja. And you feel, once you find out the attributes of Yemoja, you're like, oh, that's me. Yes. Because I am a mother, or I am a caregiver. I am a nurturer for my family. But most women are. Most women are, right? So that does not necessarily mean that she is your head. She is your Ori. All that means is that you are tapped in to her energy. You're tapped into your sacral chakra, okay? There is not a blockage. So please do not confuse. And this is with any Orisha, not just with Yeye, not just with Oshun or Shango. And this is with any Orisha, because this happens often, especially with men. I find that a lot of men automatically want to be associated with Shango because he's the warrior energy. He's the fighter. So they want to be associated with Shango, or Ogun. And I'm like, it's possible. Gender, when it comes to an Ori reading, gender does not matter. You can be Omo Abatala. You can be Omo Shango and you are a woman. You can be Omo Yemoja, Omo Oshun, and you are a man. Okay? So please do not associate gender with an Orisha. Please do not do that. And please be aware that we all have certain aspects of every Orisha that dwells within us. And just because you may feel that energy does not mean that Orisha is your head. What it means is that you do not have a blockage. You are open and tapped into that energy at that time, okay? So what you may want to do is ask yourselves, what energies or what attributes am I not tapped into? What areas or what energies do I need to focus on? Okay? Because if you ain't tapped into your warrior energy and all you is tapped into is your nurturing energy, you may be a woman who is taken advantage of. That means that you need to do some root chakra work, okay? If you are if you are a man and you're tapped into your warrior energy, but you can't find that sacral chakra, that nurturing yeye energy, that may mean that you may come off as a dogmatic or chauvinistic or misogynistic man, okay? So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. So don't be so quick to want to identify your Ori, identify your spiritual head or your Orisha head. Don't be so quick to want to do that. Take your time. That will come. First, you want to make sure that each and every aspect of yourself is fully opened and fully aligned, okay? And then your head will prevail. So the way it comes to me when I'm doing readings for people is you can see the aura and you can see the chakras and you can see and feel the blockages, and you can also feel what is open and where there is not a blockage, right? It almost appears as a light, like lights. And when every light is open and when every aspect of you, I can't tell all my business in the way I read everything, but when every aspect of you is open and aligned, I can feel and see and know it. And then when it comes to identifying your head, that area is just brighter and bigger, and it's almost all consuming. You can still see the other aspects. I can still see the other aspects, but that one is just boom. And it's like, this is my child, so you will know, but in order to know first, you have to make sure that you are fully open. So as we move through this work of understanding and getting to know Orishas, and we're studying them, and we're practicing, and we're building our altars, and you're taking your spiritual bath. As I said, I'm going to explain the chakras and explain how you open up that chakra and you tap into it. But as I explained, Yeye is the head of the sacral chakra. I went over, what the sacral chakra carries and what it means. How do you know if you have a blockage in that area? But another thing that you want to be mindful of, please, please, please be mindful of, when you are opening up that sacral chakra, that does not mean that you abandon your other chakras. It just means that this is the focal point for you right now, but you still care for your other chakras and you still tap into them, but you focus on tapping into even deeper that sacral chakra area. When you want to open up that sacral chakra, take that spiritual bath. Those tools and those herbs and stuff that I mentioned that you put in your spiritual bath, doing that Epsom salt bath, and you put those herbs in there, and you light those candles, and you put those essential oils, and you do all of that, that is a way to open up that chakra. Remember, I already explained the power of spiritual baths as far as cleansing your aura, your external energy field 6 feet out through your pores of your skin. They're open. When you take that bath, you open up your pores. Your pores is where your aura, your energy field radiates out of. But keep in mind that energy also enters in through your pores. Energy enters in through your skin. So the reason we take our spiritual baths is we are cleansing our energy internally through our skin. We are cleansing our energy internally through our skin, and as we cleanse our external energy, because we will radiate as within, so without. So we will radiate through our skin, through our pores. So your pores, your pores are portals where you open up that energy, you open up, you release that internal energy, it radiates as your energy field, also known as aura. When you take that spiritual bath and you dip yourself, you are opening up and cleansing your portals, therefore cleansing your energy and cleansing your aura all at the same time, okay? Through that spiritual bath. So when you want to open up your chakra and you want to do energy work, you take your spiritual bath and you completely submerge yourself in that water, and be very intentional as you submerge yourself in that water. Another way to open up or to tap into that sacral chakra is to do your altar work. You go to your altar. You can also do Reiki. You have the power to do Reiki on yourself. I'm not sure if you all are aware of what Reiki is, but long story short, it's the power of healing through a transfer to energy and touch. You have the power to do Reiki on yourself. The stones that I named, the herbs that I named, you can make a salve or a balm, and you can rub that on your sacral chakra area. You rest those stones on that area. You drink your herbs as you lay there, and you can rest your hand on that space and heal yourself. You can hold a turquoise stone, hold the clear quartz, and put the moon stones on your hand, the moon crystals on your hand, on your sacral chakra, as you hold the stones in your hands as well, and you can heal yourself through that way. Open up that chakra, eyes closed, be intentional, call on her. Omeyo, Yemaya, call on her. Welcome that energy, and that is a way that you can open up that sacral chakra energy. But also be mindful that another way that you can grow and build that light, that sacral chakra light energy, another way you can do it is be mindful of your actions and be intentional about being more nurturing, speaking more nurturing words, minding your sexuality and how you distribute your sexuality. Be mindful of how you express your sexuality, how you care for your womb area, your reproductive area as a man. Be mindful of the womb work that you are doing, who you allow as a woman, who you allow to enter and exit your body, as a man, who you enter and exit, or who you allow to enter and exit your body, whatever you do. Be mindful about that work that you do. Be mindful about your reproductive area. Be mindful when you are, as a woman, when you are on your menstrual cycle, be mindful about how you think and feel about your menstrual cycle. Be mindful about the words you speak about your menstrual cycle. Be mindful about that, all of that. Be mindful, be aware, be intentional about giving love and light. Be intentional about when you get that creative spark. Thank Yeye. Thank you, Yeye. Mafrefun is the Yoruba word. It's used in Ifa tradition. It's a Yoruba word that basically means all praises to. So we say Mafrefun Yemeya. So when you get that creative spark, Mafrefun Yemeya, you want to give thanks, you want to give honor. Okay, so that is a way that you can tap into your sacral chakra energy as well. It's just be very intentional about the words you speak, about the actions you do, about, just everything. Take your spiritual baths, drink your herbs, do your Reiki on yourself, be intentional and mind your words and your actions, and make sure that you are intentional about tapping into that energy. And that is a way that you can open up that sacral chakra energy. That is a way that you give gratitude to Yeye, do your altar work, give honor, give sacrifices. I said I was going to touch on sacrifices really quick, but essentially when you are giving sacrifices, you are gathering up those tools, because remember, they're not objects, they're tools. So you gather up those tools, and the difference between the object and the tool is being intentional about how you use the object. That is what makes an object a tool. It's about your intentions. Be intentional about how you use the object, okay? Intentional about how you use the object. So when you are giving gratitude, when you are going in sacrifice, you're saying, I'm sacrificing this in honor of, I'm sacrificing this in gratitude of, I'm sacrificing this with the honor and gratitude that Yeye is welcoming me and healing me and nurturing me, because you're not asking to be healed. You are already healed, whether you know it or not. It is what it is, okay? So you are already healed, whether you know it or not. So you are coming in gratitude for the healing that is coming to you, for the nurturing energy that is coming to you or has already come. So when you give a sacrifice, you basically bring all of those tools, that food, those herbs, the specific thing, the objects that I named that are now tools because you are intentional about them. So you are gathering a basket full, or however much you desire to bring, whatever your spirit leads you to bring. You don't have to bring everything. Your spirit may just say, go pour some molasses in the ocean. We need it. Your spirit may just say, you know what? I need some watermelon. Go put some watermelon juice, or cut up a watermelon and put some watermelon in that water in my honor. Spirit may lead you to do that. So it could be one object, or it could be a basket full of objects, or a basket full of tools, so you want to bring that to the ocean, bring it to a lake, and then you just give it in sacrifice, okay? Another way that you can give sacrifice is by feeding children. Feeding children, nurturing your family. When you cook for your family, you are honoring Yeye. When you nurture someone else, your spouse, your children, your mother, your father, when you are nurturing, you are giving honor if you are intentional. So when you are sacrificing your time, you are sacrificing your energy. So as you are cooking that food, you are thanking as you are preparing, you're cutting up those vegetables. You're calling her name and bringing her into that energy, okay? So everything you do, just be intentional, because technically it is all sacrifice, okay? It is all sacrifice. And as we know, when you sacrifice, it is returned unto you. It is returned unto you. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the wellness community. I love you endlessly, and I thank you. If you have any questions, please DM me on the Patreon or email me at TheQueenPo@gmail.com. If you would like to send a financial love offering, I appreciate that. My Cash App, PayPal, everything is TheQueenPo on everything. I appreciate your love and thank you so much for your time, family. Much peace.